M550N has 6 features available in the high-end model. I think I want to tell this as a high-end. Yeah.
Hello everyone! Welcome back to Toshiba TV Stories YouTube channel. I'm MC Mare and
Hiro, the brand manager of Toshiba TV.
Hiro-san,
Yes.
what are we going to talk about today?
Well, do you remember that we've introduced our mid-range 4K TV?
Mid-range was almost high-end 4K TV, right?
Yes, exactly. Almost high-end 4K TV. I think you remember that. And this episode, we will explain about the evolved version of that almost high-end 4K TV.
Wow.
It actually is mid-range 4K TV. It is called M550N. So let's take a look at the great things about that.
I remember that M550 was released as an iconic model for
Yes.
70th anniversary, right?
That's right. Yes. Actually, it was 2022, and the model name was M550L.
L.
Yes. And last year model is M550M, and this year model is M550N. Yes. Actually, the last alphabet shows the generation. So when the last alphabet goes like a M, it is the last year model, and then N, that is for the this year model.
Yeah.
Here, you know, M550M to M550N, there are much better, you know, improvement.
Oh.
Yeah, between those two models.
So what are those updates? Please tell me.
Sure. Actually, there are two major updates. First one is AI Auto View Pro. You know this feature?
Yeah, this it's something with sensor,
Something with sensor, yes. Actually, it's in a light sensor.
light sensor.
Yes, light sensor will detect the brightness and the color temperature of the ambient lighting condition of your room.
Oh yes,
Yes.
it is.
And then it automatically adjusts the image parameter, picture parameter, to best suit to your lighting condition.
Yeah.
So I'm going to show you how the AI Auto View Pro works.
Yes.
And I prepared
interested in it.
this
Ooh,
tool.
what's that?
Yeah, this one is actually the light. Light that can just, you know, change the brightness and also the color temperature. So it has a light over here, and we can just use this light to have an experiment with an AI.
To change the
Yes.
circumstances.
Yes. First, I'm going to turn off this light, okay? And then here is a sensor, light sensor over here. So I'm going to just, you know, hide the sensor with this. No lights on, okay? And then I am going to just, you know, take the picture option. And then from general, it has a automatic light sensor. I'm going to just switch that off to on. The sensor is hidden. So TV think it is dark. So I'm going to just go to on.
Oh,
You know how it works?
yeah.
It instantly just goes darker. And then I'm going to turn on the light.
That's interesting.
Yeah, on the light. When it's turned off again, bright again, and on again, it's basically no change. And AI just, you know, learn the relationship between the human eyes, you know, detection of the colors, and then the brightness, and then it simulate color and also the brightness adjustment so that the human can just naturally detect the color and the light.
Oh,
Yeah, that's why it
Wonderful.
always, you know, provides the best suit picture quality. The next major update for this M550N is the game deck.
games.
Yeah, game deck actually is introduced in last year for Toshiba TV, and this is available at the Z670 and Z870 high-end models.
High-end model. Yeah.
From this year model, we introduced this game deck feature to all 4K TVs,
Wow.
including this mid-range 4K
So
TV.
almost high-end TV
Yeah.
is also the TV that we can enjoy game deck.
Yes,
Cool.
right. So you see the game deck menu is over here. Okay, from here you can just monitor the status of your TV for the gaming features like frame rate and the HDL status and VRL and ALLM. And of course you have the dark detail on and off. You can just adjust the brightness. And also this, instant game response. There is a force manually just, change to the ALLM mode, so low latency mode. So it can just, work with the old games that doesn't just, have the ALLM feature on the game console side. And also you can have the crosshair, you see it, for the better shooting. Yes, effect. And also you can just know how to just use this kind of game deck with the help things. And also you can just have more and more detail setting the PC thing, high refresh rate mode or HDPS, frame rate viewing. You can just also change the position of that. And the many features you can have in this game deck. So you can enjoy your game without, stopping the game. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
Of course, in addition to those two features, the ZL engine is also updated. A better picture quality and better sound quality.
So engine itself has been evolving too.
Yes, exactly.
Cool.
And also the engineers spend much more time for the tuning once again. So better and better audio and picture quality is available for this year model.
Are there any other updates from 2023 model?
Yeah, actually there are so many. But we have, introduced actually 2 or 3, minor but very important updates from the last year model. And the first one is the HDMI 2.1. Last year model was the HDMI 2.0 plus 2.1 kind of gaming features, but this year has a officially just certified with an HDMI 2.1. This is a minor update. And second one is the Dolby Vision for gaming. So it can just produce the great HDL effect when you were just playing the games of it. With the AI audio view, so it can also just provide the Dolby Vision IQ while you are just watching and playing the game.
So we can experience more immersive HDR effects in not just in the movies, but also in the games.
Right, exactly. And the third one is dynamic tone mapping. It's a little, technical words, but it is to optimize the HDL effect. So HDL has a much, darker to brighter portion it can express
range.
on the TV. Yes, the brightness range. But, it also need to be optimized to the display. So the dynamic tone mapping will automatically adjust the curve of those brightness for the better looking on the HDL. So you can just watch a lot of movies or the TV dramas. Any contents can be optimized to this display. So you can just easily and in an authentic way to just enjoy the HDL effect of all the contents.
Wow, so M550N is not just the new version of M550M, but it's more like a higher grade version of M550 series, right?
Yes, I think I want to tell this as a high end. Yeah. It is very, high cost performance. It's almost, high end. So we have a little gap between the entry model and mid-range 4K TV. That's why we introduced that M450N. Look at it here. So with the two true mid-range 4K TV and this, almost high-end mid-range 4K TV, we have providing the great two mid-range TVs. So we have more range to choose when you just buy TVs.
Oh, I got it. Wow, there were so many updates for M550N.
Right.
Thank you, Hiro-san.
Nah, my pleasure. This year model M550N has 6 features that are usually just available in the high-end model is in the mid-range 4K TV. So that's a great cost for performance model.
Yes.
So if you don't know what TV you want to buy, M550N is one of the greatest choice.
So thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe this channel and we'll see you in the next episode. Bye!
Bye!